Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. If you're here before, if it's your first time, welcome to the channel. If that is the case, make sure to subscribe down below. Give the video a little like. Anyways, this morning there's been a lot of talk about memberships. They're going on sale tomorrow at 10 AM. I've got a little bit of information from scouting through Twitter and whatnot, so I thought I'd bring that to you so you don't have to do the hard work. Don't worry about it. So, one of the big concerns with the memberships at the moment is there is no clue on how many are being put out, whether it's going to be capped or uncapped. Toon Polls on Twitter, I'm sure a lot of you know him. If you don't, then I've put his tweet somewhere. But he said, that person he spoke to pretty much said there's no cap, so there's going to be a lot of competition for these tickets. So when you do want to buy these tickets, it's going to be entered into a balloting system. Now, from what I understand and what I've saw, the balloting system is not just you. You don't just buy it for yourself. You get the ticket for yourself and friends and family on your friends and family list, I'm pretty sure. And there's no idea for the amount of time either that the memberships are going to be on sale for. No one knows. Nothing's been said about it. Or if there has, I've just missed it. And there's going to be no renew option for your membership. So you're going to have to renew it next year when it gets to next year, the year after when it gets to then. You're going to have to renew it each year by the looks of it. Going to be a little bit annoying. And I think I've seen for an adult it's £37 for a membership. I'm not sure if the price changed for the 0 to 17-year-old. But £37 to potentially not get a ticket each week it's going to be fun for some of us. A lot of people saying it's a bit fairer, but a lot of people saying might not be. But we'll wait and see. What are your thoughts? Tell us down in the comments. So that was this morning. That's all stuff that's been found this morning. There's not been a lot of anything else to do with Newcastle this morning. With that just coming out today, there's going to be a lot of talk about that within today. So I'm sure more information is going to pop up when after this video has been put out. But we can go to transfers now, because that's all the information I have on memberships. Let's talk about some transfers. Eddie Howe's came out and said there will be no strikers signed during this window. That could be a bit of a worry if, like I said in a previous video, if Callum Wilson gets injured, then we're left with one striker. So it looks like we'll probably pick a striker out of the academy, or we will call back a striker that we've got out on loan. I guess we'll just have to kind of see what happens with that when it comes to it. Now, some bits of transfer information I have seen. Jeremy Doku, a Belgian winger. We are potentially interested in bringing him in. Now, he's a right-sided winger. So, it's a side that we don't have a lot on. We have Murphy, we have Almiron. We could possibly need that third option, although Gordon can play anywhere across that front three, apparently. So, if we do get him, it's probably going to be a loan, as with a lot of the players we're going to be looking to sign. The Livramento deal is looking off, so we could potentially use some different funds to actually get a left-sided defender, because that is currently what we need. We still have solid interest in Disasi. Right-sided centre-back, we've apparently made contact with a player. Nothing's been agreed with the club yet, but we could be looking to bring him in as Shaw's backup. Another young player to add to the team to build for the future. I'm not sure we need a right-sided centre-back right now, unless we can get him for really cheap, because we have Lascelles, and against Aston Villa he played outstanding. So we'll, again, just have to see how that goes. When it comes to it, we have an abundance of centre-backs. Whether we need another one will be decided, not by us, by Eddie Howe and the rest of the team staff. One of the mystery players on this thumbnail, Gravenberch. He has been linked to Newcastle, not very heavily, pretty lightly, but it's a link. It is another centre mid. Now, I'm not sure we need another centre mid. I put a tweet out talking about how we've got a solid midfield, central midfield going into the season. That includes Bruno, includes Tonali, Big Joe Linton, Joe Willock, Sean Longstaff, Elliot Anderson, Lewis Miley. So we've got 7 midfielders there. We can spread them across all four competitions, but we would need to add an 8th. It'd be a bit overkill, especially if we're playing that 2 centre mid formation. But even if we are and we're shipping Anderson out to the left, that's still 7 central midfielders we would have if we brought Gravenberch in. So it's an interesting link. It would be an interesting signing. I'm not sure it's one we need. So, listening to the Nufc Blog, which is a podcast. I'll link that down below if you've never heard of it. It's quite a good podcast. Little short episodes, half an hour, 40 minutes long. I would go give it a listen. But pretty much that episode just gone that they recorded on Friday and released Monday. Was saying that we've made the 2 big signings we were going to make. That's believed to be Tonali and Barnes, the 2 big signings, so not to expect many more. So the likes of Gravenberch, probably Tyne, they're probably bigger signings than what we can afford. So whether they'll come in or not is currently a real mystery, but it's looking like it'll not be the case. On some outgoings now, because we've gotten some updates. Jamal Lewis looks set to be going to Watford on loan. It'd be good for him to get his playing time up, although people have said if we are playing that 3-back formation, he might do a little bit better than Matt Targett in that left midfield, left wing-back role, just with his attacking prowess being a little bit more. But going out on loan to Watford, I don't think it's the end of the world. Get his playing time up. He might be able to play next season. We might have to sell him on. We'll just have to see what happens. Second potential loan is Garan Kiwall. Now, I would have liked to see him play a bit this season to see how he was looking, see if we could develop him as a 3rd striker at the club. That's not going to be the case. We're going to send him out to the Eredivisie, out at Volendam. So he's going to be joining Minte out in the Eredivisie. They'll play each other twice the year. I don't know how many times they play each other in the Dutch league. But they'll play each other a couple times, so it's nice to see how that competition sort of goes, to see what sort of strikers we have, see if they both do well, see if one drops off, and hopefully Kiwall actually gets some game time this year compared to when he went to Scotland in the season past. Finally, on outgoings, Ryan Fraser is in talks with Leeds. This will be a good signing for him. He'll get game time. I'm not sure a lot of money is going to be coming through the door, if any at all. I know Eddie Howe wants him gone. Not sure what's happened for us to just want to banish him like that. He did start to pick up a little bit of form towards his last playing days before he went down to the under-23s or under-21s. So he's clearly done something, whether that be here or whether that was a carry-on from Bournemouth. I think I heard someone say months ago that there was a carry-on from Bournemouth that just came into Newcastle. Eddie Howe wants him gone. I'll trust Eddie Howe. Ryan Fraser isn't exactly a young player. He's got some speed. He would have been a good rotation player. Whether he wants that rotation role, though, is a different question. And finally, before we finish this video, Alan SaintMaximin. He's gone to Al Hilal. We already know that. I spoke about this on the last transfer update video. But he was watching the game that we had in his house while we were in Philadelphia, posted about Elliot Anderson. It's very sad. He clearly still loves the club, still loves the players. So hopefully in the future we can bring him back, or he plays in Europe again, because that's the main thing. Playing in Europe, playing in some sort of Champions League competition, it would have been amazing to see how he would have done. It's just not to be. So that's the end of this video. If you did enjoy, remember, do go subscribe and like, especially if you find yourself here time and time again. I will have a new video in time. Depends what pops up. If there's not a lot of transfer news, I'll hold off. If something happens, I'll upload a video. We are meant to be having an open training session in Atlanta. I think it's today, later on today, when they finally wake up and that. So we'll have some updates on that. I might be able to bring you some updates on what happens there. But yeah, that's the end of this one. And I'll see you in a bit, pal.